example.
All right. So we have Philip and Martin here from, I'm sorry, Leonardo Games.
Right.
Yes. Right, Leonardo? Is that right?
Yes, you're right.
Okay, all right. And we are demoing Magnum Sal here. Okay. So, tell us about the game, gentlemen.
Okay, it's a game about one of the two biggest salt mines in the world, which is Wieliczka in Poland. It's a 14th century, and the king wants to grant one of the miners privilege to mine a salt in Wieliczka. So we will try to excavate as many salt as we can, earn as much money as we can. So the king will grant us this privilege. Basically, we've got a mine and the town of Wieliczka with a little bit of Krakow and castle of king. In the game, we've got three kinds of salt. Brown, which is the cheapest one, green, and
Medium one.
Yeah, and the white, the purest one. The purest one is
Only
can be found.
deepest in the mine, on the second and third level.
Okay.
It's quite hard to get it, but
Yes.
But you want that kind of.
yes, it's worth it, definitely.
Each player, a foreman, has 4 miners at the beginning of the game, some money, and one brown salt cube.
Okay.
Cheapest. In fact, it's barrels of little pieces of salt.
Okay,
So
all right,
that's why it's
sure.
brown.
And then the game consists of 3 phases. In each phase, there are several rounds. Players have 2 actions in each round and can make several things. First of all, they can send miners to the mine. There is a shaft, open shaft, but it's dangerous out there. It's a mine, of course, so all the miners have to stick together.
If you want to put your miner into the shaft, you roll a die and put miner as far. Okay, just kidding.
No. You just put a miner.
No dice.
So to maintain a chain,
Right.
each miner has to be connected to the ground. They have to stick together. So the first player can send only here a miner. Second can move
I
here.
can choose here with him or to the next space.
Ah, okay.
Another player can move to deeper into the mine or into the chamber. Then we flip the chamber, we see what kind of salt there is. So we've got the brown, green, and
one
the
water.
water.
And water. Okay.
Yeah,
We
water.
don't like water. in
Water's
this
not
game.
good. Yes. Yes.
So it's basically the movement. You can take the miners and move them from the chamber to another chamber, but you can't break the chain rule. So you can move this one, but not this one. If there's another player there, I can move miner, and this one will be host, and
Sure.
have to wait. So this is basically the movement.
So the chains are not color specific. It's
No.
Yeah.
all the colors together.
Yeah, we work together.
Yeah,
There's
interesting.
only one situation when you can break this chain. It's an exception when in its corridor all tiles are revealed and all salt on it was
excavated.
already extracted. Then you can break the chain. That's the only situation when you can do it.
Sure. Okay.
So, okay, we can excavate some salt. So we
That's
can
the second possible action.
Sure,
Yes, for
okay.
one action, we can excavate from one tile,
Yeah.
and we can excavate as many salt as we have miners, minus water. So,
So you have
if
to have 2.
yeah, I can excavate only 1 cube from here.
Okay.
So, for example, I will take the green one because it's
That makes sense.
worth
yeah,
more.
a little bit more. Yeah.
And immediately I have to transport it to the town.
Okay.
I have to pay for transport. I have to pay 1 cent for each chamber and each cube I deliver. So if I transport this cube, I have to pay 1 cent either to the purple or the white player here,
Oh,
and
so
1
choice.
cent here.
Yes, because their workers work for you at the
Right.
moment, so we have to pay him.
Yeah.
Right.
If I have a worker here, of course I transport it for
And
free.
here for free because he has his own miners here.
If there, I transport 2 cubes, I can pay 1 cent for this one, 1 cent for this one. After this cube goes to my supply, and those miners are tired. They worked hard, they have to lay. A little rest, a little.
Thematic, isn't it?
Yes, of course. There you go.
They can't excavate more salt. They can't move, but they can transport salt.
Unless you let them rest. So another thing you can do is to abandon both of your actions and let all of your miners
Say,
rest.
you've got a
okay.
free day off. Yay! Everyone
so they get
stands
up and
They
are
stand
ready
up
to work
again. All right, okay, all right.
So it's basically all what you can do under the ground. And there's a town of Velička.
Okay. And it's third thing which you can do as an action is to visit one of the buildings here.
Okay.
We have several buildings. The main rule is that you can never visit twice the same building during the same turn.
Okay.
Okay, so what are the buildings? First is the pump house. Here, you can, when you visit a building, you just announce, I visit a building, you do not put your worker here, okay? And you can pump out water from one chamber when you have at least one of your miners. And first cube of water is for free. If you want to pump out 2, it's for 2, 3 for 5, etc.
Okay.
Simply that. Second building, it's in. There are miners ready to work. You can hire them. Okay, so you can go to in. You have to pay a miner that amount of money. You move the marker, and you take a miner in your color, and he will work for you till the end of the game. Okay.
Each miner will want more money.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're hiring.
Is it hiring
want more
people?
money.
Yeah.
And for 4 players, we've got 7 miners per phase. For 3, there's 5, and for 2, 3. So
Only
it's a 2 to 4 players game.
Oh.
Okay. We didn't mention it before.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the second building. The third building is a market. On the market you can sell or buy small amounts of salt, okay? So when you visit the market you can perform exactly 2 transactions. So 2 buys, 2 sells, or buy and sell. If I want to sell my salt, I put it on the first free space for that kind of salt and I take from the bank that amount of money. If I want to buy, I take it and I pay this amount. Of course, if the market is full, I cannot sell more, and if there's no of this kind, I cannot buy it, of course. Okay, so that was the market.
Yeah.
Town Square, the easiest building. Here you can see miners playing dice, maybe even some board games.
Oh, hey, cool.
And they play for money, so you can earn some small amount of money here. So when you visit the Town Square, you take simply 1 cent from the money, okay? And workshop. Workshop is nice. In workshop are always free tools revealed, which you can purchase.
Okay.
There are price 3, 4, or 5 for it. You can purchase 1 tool, paying the amount to the bank, and this one is going to be cheaper, and you draw another one from this space.
It's always going to slide over.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've got 7 tools per phase.
Okay, so these are for the other.
Yes, for the
entire game. Okay.
Gotcha.
all of them
Okay.
will come into the play.
Sure. Okay.
When I bought the tool, I put it in front of me, and each tool you can use once per phase. So at maximum, you can use your tool 3 times per entire game because we have 3 phases, right?
Okay.
When you use it, you flip it. It's okay. So at the end of the phase, you flip it back, and you can use it again. We described how the tools work as the last thing because we think it's the best way to
Sure,
understand
no
when
problem.
we know all other rules.
You're the experienced demonstrators. I understand.
Thanks.
That's good.
Okay, last and the most important building is the castle.
Okay.
Castle is in Krakow, which is few miles from Velička, so it took some time to get there.
Gotta
It's
travel.
not so easy.
Right.
You can look here, a guy is coming there.
Looks like it takes a while. Yes.
Yeah. So when you visit a castle, you take one of your miners and put it in the first circle under the castle. Before your next move, he automatically moves to the second circle, and before your next move, he arrives to Krakow, and then you must fulfill one of this king's orders.
Must.
Must. Yeah.
Okay.
If you won't do this, the king will be angry and he will have to pay some amount of money to.
That's not good.
No, yeah.
Okay, so you have to pay exact amount of that kind of salt, and you receive 70 money, for example, for 2 brown and 1 green, 70 money. King pays you for the salt. Okay,
We take another order. We mark that there was 1 order that was fulfilled, and the phase ends when the 5th or more for 2 players is 4 orders are fulfilled. Then we play to the last player. First, we've got a first player marker, so we will play till my actions, and then the phase ends.
Okay.
Okay.
Is with one guy? Can you do just one?
Exactly.
thing? Okay.
Exactly.
That's
And
what I want to get.
if you reach the Krakow and you don't have a salt to fulfill any of these orders, it's not good. King is pissed off, so you have to pay.
Don't want to anger the king. That's not good.
For free, you have to give away 1 cube of salt or pay 3 cents.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and wherever you fulfill an order or not, your miner comes back to you with money or with
not.
nothing.
Yeah, right.
Okay, and you can go with your turn.
Got
okay,
it.
so fourth and last thing which you can do as an action, in 4 building, pump house, castle, workshop and market, there are space for helper. You can put one of your miners as a helper here.
Okay.
And as long as your helper works in this building, each time a player visits this building, he earns 1 cent from a bank for you because he works there, even if you visit this building. So it's nice, but you have less workers to.
There is only 1 worker per.
So
building.
regardless of who uses the building, purple is going to get.
Yeah, in the pump house, he pumps the water. Someone pays him for his work.
Cool. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
You can take him from the building, take him out.
Can
You just can't take the guy who's going to the Krakow. He's too far.
Right. Can someone bump me out? No. So if
until you left the
have to
building,
take it.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody can fire him.
Yes, of course, but for the start of at the start of the game, you have only 4 people. So if you send 2 or 3 of them as helpers, you won't be able to do anything else. So it's not so easy. Okay,
Gotcha.
so what about
Okay.
end of the phase?
Yeah, end of the phase. At the end of the phase, all the miners are coming back to me to my supply.
Okay.
All the helpers.
Out of the mine too?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
everybody.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
All the orders that weren't fulfilled are out of the game.
Okay.
As the tools, we've got new orders, more
orders.
complicated, with white
With
salt.
the white salt, yeah,
Yes.
so to say.
7 new tools, new miners to hire, and we begin another turn. The starting player marker goes to the right.
To the right. To the left.
To the left, yes. To the left.
Clockwise.
Clockwise.
Yes. Great.
And tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tools.
They are very important to the game. You can do some interesting and nasty things sometimes to other players, and they are worth some money at the end of the game. For example, for 1 or 2 tools, I've got 2 cents. For 3 or 4, I've got 6. At the end of the game, who has the most money plus tools for money is the winner.
Great. Okay.
And what the tools do. For example, pickaxe. There are 7 of those.
Okay.
Pickaxe is I call it a virtual miner. You can mine, excavate 1 cube more.
Oh, okay.
So you have 2 workers, and in pickaxe I can excavate 3.
Just as you have it 4 workers.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Of course, it's 1 per phase, right?
One per phase. Okay. All right.
So if you buy a tool in the first phase, you can use it maximum 3 times.
Okay.
In a game. Rope. Well, the miners are tying themselves up with a rope, so if you move a miner, you can move another one in the mine for free.
Oh.
In the same action.
In the same action. Using tools is not an action.
Right.
So if you can use 2 ropes with 1 action, so you can move 3 guys.
Oh, okay.
Pickaxe. What more? A bucket. Oh yeah.
The nastiest one.
Yeah, the nastiest one. You can move 1 cube to the adjacent chamber.
That's not nice.
Well, if there is another player who wants to excavate some salt,
And I was
he's ready
preparing
to do
here
this.
for
Yeah, yeah,
He puts, oh, I've got, here's the water. So,
You like to have nasty things in your game.
No,
I
see,
have
I
it.
see, yeah.
He
loves it.
doesn't.
I see.
but
I
it's
see.
my invention.
I see.
Okay, commercial privilege. So I've got 3 privileges in this one tool. I can sell for more money, for 1 cent more, buy for 1 less, and I can sell even there is no room for the lowest price.
All right, got it. Cool. The iconography, nice. This is good. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. And there's a royal privilege.
Okay.
You send the worker to the second circle under the castle. So
Immediately.
So someone is going to the castle, wants to fulfill this order. He's got 2 brown cubes. I'm using this privilege, putting a worker here, takes this order before him, and ooh, sorry.
So he had faster horses.
Yeah, something like this.
Trying to theme.
But it's not so bad because there are always few
Sure.
of them here, and
Sometimes
if someone has it, you should carefully watch him and watch his steps. So.
food.
Uh-huh.
You can give it to your workers, and 2 of those workers in the mine that are tired, are refreshed and
up.
are ready to work.
Yes.
So what's more? Oh, at the cart. The cart. When you are transporting the salt in 2 adjacent chambers on the shaft, you won't have to pay.
It's nice, especially when you get a lot of cubes from down here.
Sure.
That's it.
Sure. Okay.
It's basically how the game works. 3 phases at the end of the phase.
And
Third phase.
the person who has the most money at
Wins.
the end is the winner.
Yes. Plus money for
Plus
the
the-
tools.
yes, money for
Plus
the tools.
money for the cubes you still have. Each
Yeah.
cube then is worth 3 cents.
No
So
matter
three.
is it white or brown.
So you want to sell those cubes up there,
Yes,
but if the market is full, you will need this
Yes.
privilege.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is quite nice add-on, I think. The second variant of this game, little addition, that we called it a map of a mine. You can play for gamers who don't like some randomness. You can play with all of the mine revealed from the start of the game. Okay, so you know where you go for what.
Sure. That's great. This is a great game, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nicely done.
It's about 90 minutes for 4 players who knows the game.
Yeah.
First probably 30 minutes per player. First game, but it flows pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Two actions.
Straightforward. Great. Well, thank you, Philip.
That's
Martin, this is great. Magnum Sal, everyone. Good
Thanks so
game.
much.
All right. Oh, and before we go, why don't we just so the people know, we're not going to demonstrate them, but we have a couple of other games
Yeah,
that
we'll try to.
yes,
go
that we've
okay.
got. So Philip, what other games are we going to let's see.
I have in Essen here other 2 of my games. First is Little Insurgents, Manifestaince. It has to be here in Essen last year.
Right,
But
yes, this was-
unfortunately, it didn't come.
Yeah.
It's a family game, pick up and deliver.
Okay.
Theme is quite interesting. It's about Second World War. It's about a scout post which acts during Warsaw Uprising.
Oh,
Warsaw.
okay. Yeah.
Young guys were delivering mail and orders between squads of insurgents.
okay.
So it's a pick up and deliver game. What is interesting, it has a little of cooperation because of course you compete with other players to be the fastest with delivery of these orders, but if we won't do it on time, some parts of the city will collapse and goes to the hands of the enemy.
Okay.
And if 3 parts of the city collapse, we all failed.
Everybody loses.
Yeah,
okay.
everybody loses. Okay,
All
so
right.
this is
Nice.
it.
Okay.
And the second one is Grunwald Knights of King Jagiełło. It's a game we published this year for the 600th anniversary of, which is very important for us in Poland. 600th anniversary of Battle of Grunwald, one of the biggest battles of the Middle Ages. And it is a game which depicts 2 last years before this battle, and each player is officer and is gathering forces for the king. Okay, so you are hiring mercenary knights, you're trying to convince royal knights to go, and so on and so on. It's a worker placement game.
With auction.
Yeah, with a little auction. Also here in Essen with some small amount, not so big as Magnum Sal, but we prepared this. We have rules translated, so it's
So everything will.
it up.
Everything
I
you're
bring
seeing
it to
here?
2 copies for BGG-Con, so I hope you will play
Be in the
it. I hope you
library.
like it.
Yes. Okay. So things to look forward to for those of you going to BGG Con.
Thanks a
All
lot.
right. Thank you so much, guys. This
Thank
was
you.
great.